y'all, it is Be Love here, aka the prolific pen pusher and ambassador of Black Love Stories. I wanted to come into a really quick video to kind of give you like a preface to lead you into Love's Battleground. It is scheduled to come out April 1st, and believe it or not, I have already finished writing the book. If you're familiar with me, then you know that I'm typically super last minute with my books. I don't know why, but I just like working under the pressure of, am I gonna miss this deadline or am I gonna meet it? But this is the first time in a really long time that I've completed a book a week before my release day, which says a lot about the book because I was heavily invested in this story, to put it lightly. Like, I didn't want to do anything else. I didn't want to work on anything else. I just wanted to focus on Love's Battleground. So, just to give you some quick background about the story, Love's Battleground features, I don't like to call it a love triangle because it's not the typical love triangle. It's not a situation where there's a woman who is in between two lovers. That's not necessarily the case. Amalia is the main female character, and then the main male characters are Kawan and Montrell. Now, Amalia is the youngest child of 3 to Bishop and First Lady Franklin. Bishop is, he's a very well-known and prominent bishop of the Church of God in Christ. And to put it very mildly, they're very strict when it comes down to Amalia. She's 29 years old. She's a 29-year-old virgin. She doesn't date often. She dates men that her parents approve of and sometimes choose for her. But that's mainly just because her siblings haven't really had the best experiences when it comes down to dating and love and relationships, and they do not have the best reputations within the church. So her parents, Bishop and First Lady, kind of feel like she's the child that they got it right with. So they take her, oh, this sounds horrible to say, but they take her purity very, very seriously. And they're like, okay, she's getting older, she's 30, you know, she needs to go and settle down, she needs to start her family, so let's find her a husband within the church that we approve of. So when the book starts, Amalia is pretty much getting that information from her parents, and she's excited about it. She's looking forward to it because she doesn't have, you know, that much experience when it comes down to men and dating. So she does want to get married. She does want to start her family, but she's unsure of how to even go about, you know, finding the proper partner and being courted and things like that because she's so sheltered and naive in a sense. So her parents choose for her Montrell. Montrell is the church boy. He's the good choice. He's the safe bet. He's the man that her parents want for her. Kawan, on the other hand, is the bad boy. He's into some illegal dealings. He's the one that her parents want her to stray away from. They don't want her to have anything to do with him at all. But Amalia, she really feels connected to Kawan because he's invested in her. So outside of the church, outside of who her parents are, outside of what he thinks he can get out of her, he's truly invested in her, which is what makes Kawan such a great friend. And that's why I say it's not the typical love triangle, because she desires Kawan, but she's not lusting after him and desiring to be in a relationship with him. They both have their reasons why they believe they can't be together. So for Amalia, it's his street dealings, and for Kawan, it's because she's in the church. He has a thing about the church just like she has a thing about the streets. And so they decide that they would be better off as friends. He agrees to help her with her poetry, and they say, we're just gonna be friends. But of course, when you're meant to be more, I'm not gonna say in a relationship, I'm gonna say when you're meant to be more, fate steps in and kind of shakes things up in a way that neither of them are expecting and anticipating. So in the process of Amalia being courted by Montrell, on a romantic level, she finds herself falling for the genuineness of Kawan as they get closer on a platonic friendship level. Oh goodness, it's very rich, it's very deep. I touch on a lot of things in the book. The ending you won't be expecting at all, and it's literally just the beginning for these characters. I see myself being able to bring them back over and over and over again, just because there are so many layers to their character development to where there's so much I can do with them. Like even when I was getting towards the end of the book and getting ready to end it, I was like, you know what? I could do so much more with these two, individually and as a couple, because there's just that much depth. It's deep, y'all. It's deep. So for the book itself, let me see what else I can tell you guys. It's not the typical beloved, mushy, romance, if you're familiar with me. If this is your first time hearing of me and seeing my face because you're watching this on YouTube, just to give you a quick little background of what readers usually can get from me. I've written over 115 novels, all of which have been African-American romance, urban fiction, urban romance, women's fiction. I've done a few nonfiction books and journals as well, but I'm mostly known for my contemporary romance and my urban romance. And usually when it comes down to my romance, it's very mushy, it's filled with love, passion, sensuality, intimacy. I make you feel the love between my characters, and I keep them together. I like close proximity romance. So if not every chapter, my characters are gonna be together every other chapter, or for 2 chapters, and then I might give them a break, and then they'll be back together. But this book is different because the love of Kawan and Amalia, or Amalia and Montrell, is not the main focus of the book. Love's Battleground is about the battle and the war between them as individuals and them against each other. And I'm excited about it. It's the first book that I've done in a really long time where I was more invested in the drama and the unfolding of the characters and their development than the love. And I think that was because, like I said, there are so many layers behind all 3 of them that have to be unraveled. And I feel like it would have been doing them a disservice if I would have just ignored all of the character development, got straight to a relationship, and just let that be that. I didn't want to do that. There's way too much to unravel before they can get to the points of love. So I don't want to make this video too long. I'll just tell you, be on the lookout for Love's Battleground. It comes out April 1st, 2021. And I cannot wait for you guys to read it. After you read it, I need you to make sure that you come back to this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it was what you were expecting. Let me know if you were prepared for some of the bombshells that are going to be dropping in this book. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload a new video. Until next time, love you.